One of the biggest things when it comes from being a good compared to a great COD mobile player is your settings and sensitivity. So today I'm going to show you all of the settings that I personally use, and hopefully I'm going to be able to help you step your game up to the next level. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be covering is going to be the basic settings. I'm going to just try to cover the key few things that I think, and that's going to be aim assist, perspective teammate, and ADS for rotation. First of all, with aim assist, I just highly recommend that you always have it on. There's no point in not using it. It's available to everyone. There's no downside to it. Just use aim assist. Next thing is perspective teammate. I'm going to go ahead and throw up an example on the screen. It basically allows you to see your teammates through the walls, and it'll give you a better idea in this game. Just kind of knowing where your teammates are is going to give you a general idea of where the enemies are going to spawn, especially looking at the kill feed, figuring out where people are dying. And then the last thing is going to be ADS for rotation. I highly recommend that everyone have this turned off. There wasn't a feature for this for a while, but basically it lets you, I'm going to throw up an example, but it lets you like aim. If you like move on your screen, your little, your scope button, it'll aim a little bit. And some people don't even know that they have this on, and it'll throw off your aim by just a minuscule amount. But I mean, that's like a missed sniper shot. That's a missed like anything. So I highly recommend you check that and have that turned off. The next things I'm going to go over are going to be the extra buttons that I use. I use 4 extra buttons on my HUD because I do play 6 fingers on phone, and that's going to be the split throw button. I'm going to have an example of each one of these. That's the fixed right fire button. I think most people already have this on. That's going to be the hide prone button. I have that turned off. I do like to use the prone button manually. I feel like it gives me a little bit of an advantage. And then that's going to be the quick weapon switch button. Alright, so the second and probably the most important thing in my opinion is going to be the audio and graphics section. First of all, for graphic quality, I'd never recommend going anything above medium. Medium and low are both perfectly fine. And then for frame rate, I would highly recommend that everyone have it on the max. Whatever your device is, whatever the highest is, whether it's very high, max, or ultra, just make sure you're on the furthest one. It's definitely going to give you an advantage. One thing to keep in mind is that you need to keep your phone cooled, or else it will I guess cap the phone's performance. So for me, what I use is I just have this small desk fan, and I just keep it pointed towards my phone at all time. I know there's a lot of new little fans that clip onto the back of your phone. I've heard those work very well, but I would definitely recommend investing into something small like that. And then as for audio, man, just copy my audio settings perfectly. Copy literally everything, and I promise you it'll change your life. One of the biggest overlooked audio things is team voice volume, and that's basically the announcer that says capped A, capped B, or calls out score streaks and stuff. Turning that down is just going to allow you to hear footsteps like 10 times over. And as for headphones, if you're on a budget, man, literally just regular Apple earbuds work perfect. Highly recommend. The next thing I am going to be going over is my sensitivity. One thing I have to say is that everyone has their own sensitivity. There's not one set best sensitivity. Each individual human has like a preferred sensitivity, if that makes sense. The best way I could say to get to that sensitivity is to maybe find a YouTuber or a pro player who you really like their playstyle, or you really like what they do, and take and just completely copy their sense as a basis, and then just make your minor adjustments from that in the first 1 to 2 weeks until you can find something that you want to stick with. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you mine, which is going to be Speed Excel 140. I'm not going to be saying every number, as y'all can just see on the screen. I actually have my firing and my camera sensitivity the exact same, something I used to not do, but I found it better for me. And then gyroscope doesn't really matter. And yeah. The last thing I'm going to be going over is going to be my HUD. One thing I have to say about HUDs is that if you're looking to copy someone's HUD, I wouldn't copy it picture by picture. I would more so copy what each individual finger is doing. So if his middle finger or if his index finger is shooting, jumping, and crouching, then your index finger should be shooting, jumping, and crouching, but they shouldn't necessarily be in the same exact frame perfect spot as that person's HUD, due to people using different devices. People have different shaped hands, different sized hands. So if you're going to be copying someone's HUD, if you're going to be copying my HUD, I would definitely recommend just making sure that each individual fingers do the same inputs as mine, but don't copy the exact position of each individual button. So with that being said, here is my HUD. I do play 6 fingers. Here, let me get this on the hand cam. I play like this. I do play on a phone stand since it is kind of hard to hold the phone. I play like this. Just like that. And I'm going to be showing y'all some hand cam footage for the rest of this game. It was just a random ranked game. It was actually from last season. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy.